College has been around for centuries, but was it always this hard for the students enrolled? There are many contributing factors that make it practically undeniable for people to argue otherwise. Maybe it's that we've been babied for so long. The rise in tuition rates and fees, the rise in full-time employment for students, constant access to distracting technology, rise in enrollment rates, or maybe it's the stress of knowing that a college degree is required for most entry-level jobs nowadays. It's no doubt that as the years go on and change, so does the way that children are raised. In the past few decades, quite a revolution has taken place for young people in America's society. Stated in emerging adulthood, as recently as 1970, the typical 20-year-old was married or about to be married, caring for a newborn child or expecting one soon, done with education or about to be done, and settled into a long-term job or the role of a full-time mother. Young people of that time grew up quickly and made serious and enduring choices about their lives at a relatively early age. Today, the life of a typical 21-year-old could hardly be more different. Marriage is at least 5 years off, often more, ditto parenthood. Education may last several more years through an extended undergraduate program, the 4-year degree in 5, 6 or more, and perhaps graduate or professional school. According to the Forbes magazine, 2/3 of students graduating from American colleges and universities are graduating with some level of debt. According to the Institute of College for Access and Success, the average borrower will graduate with $26,600 in debt. While we've all heard the screaming headlines of graduates with crippling debt of $100,000 or more, this is the case for only about 1% of graduates. That said, 1 in 10 graduates accumulate more than $40,000 in debt. From 1973-1974 to 2013-2014, tuition, fees, and room and board went from, on average, $8,416 for a public 4-year college to $18,391. That's over double the cost. Due to the rise in cost for college living, there is now a rise in full-time students that juggle a job as well as their college education. Based on an article titled Working in College, between the years of 1984 to 2000, the amount of full-time students working went from a little over 40% to a little over 50%. It also showed that 55.4% of working individuals that worked 35 hours or more were affected negatively when it came to their schooling. Just within the past 2 decades, we went from mainly handwritten work and gathering information from books to laptops, online libraries, cell phones, and much more. Although these can be looked at as advantages, they can often be viewed as much more of a disadvantage and distraction to students. In fact, there was a study done linking constant technological distractions with an individual's IQ. The results of the study showed that when an individual is bombarded with emails, texts, etc., rather than being in complete silence, their IQ, on average, dropped about 10 points, more than that of a cannabis user. Not only are current college students dealing with personal struggles inwardly and financially, but also based on the amount of fellow peers they have in their classes. According to National Center for Education Statistics, enrollment in degree-granting institutions increased by 11% between 1991 and 2001. Between 2001 and 2011, enrollment increased 32%, from 15.9 million to 21 million. Coming from the second largest university, I can speak from personal experience that it becomes hard to not feel like just another number in the college's eyes. With a large student body comes large classes, and with large classes comes the struggle of getting the professor's attention and help to truly be an individual worth notice. Why the rapid increase of college enrollment, you ask? In lieu of all the other struggles we face, we are also presented with the stress of knowing that a college degree is practically a must for entry-level jobs in today's industries. What does this have to do with you, high school teachers, you ask? Well, let me point out that you're the last major influence before we are released into this madness that our world likes to call college. It's easy to assume that most teachers go into their career based on a passion for making a difference in students' lives. So help us help ourselves. Teach us more about what is to come for us. While simple math and sentence structure is important for us to know, after being released into a university, I can without a doubt say that it's just as important that we be taught real-life skills. Teach us the things that can't be learned from standard textbooks. Teach us to manage our finances. Help us to discover some of the thousands of scholarships available to us. Teach us how to manage our time wisely. And help us pave a path that will best suit our needs in further education. This is our cry for help. Go to your principals. Talk to the administration. See if you can get involved with the program or even help create a class for all high school college-bound seniors that will help prepare them for their future.